all of you. Thank you so much for being here. If it is Tuesday, we have our weekly law and society conversation here with Attorney Patterson. She is the principal attorney at the Patterson Justice Council, pattersonjustice.com. You can find that pattersonjustice.com where you can find the work that she's doing, tackling all sorts of legal issues here in this region. And she joins us every Tuesday for our law and society conversation. And this has been an important segment every Tuesday because we get a lot of feedback. I get a lot of feedback about this. People who listen in every Tuesday, hearing what we have to say, and of course, putting questions to Attorney Patterson here. Thank you so much for being here, Tina.
Thank you for having me this morning.
All right. There's much to talk about. The last time we had this conversation, we were just looking at, we talked about this idea of protecting your rights and ensuring that, in fact, your dignity is maintained when you are in fear, when you are at the risk of losing so much because you've not stepped up, responded to what the court has to say. And the reason why I like this topic, though, is because I feel like given where we are with the pandemic, and the pandemic has upended our lives in so many ways, and people find themselves, a lot of people do find themselves on the losing end, and it's even more cumbersome for them when it comes to even the legal challenges or the myriad of legal challenges that they have to deal with, and not knowing what to do, how to go about it, and they're dealing with this question of whether, okay, if I get a lawyer here, would the lawyer do the right thing in helping me, granting me relief, or enabling me to have relief from the court once and for all? You got folks who are dealing with that question. Should I really go with a lawyer, or what do I need to do?
Yeah, and it's a tough question because, again, I think we've talked about it, that even before we get to asking that kind of question, people are wondering, oh my God, what did I do? There's this fear factor. Did I do something wrong? Or is this going to happen? They kind of jump to conclusions about the worst that could happen before anything at all happens. So I think that, first of all, obviously you want to assess the situation and just kind of calm down before you haste to any decisions or indecisions, because sometimes the fear can just paralyze you from acting. You don't respond, and then things can actually get even worse, as opposed to whether you just kind of calm down and then kind of weigh your options, like we talked about, whether to retain a lawyer or even just consult with a lawyer and kind of see what your options are. But I think the most important thing is to just, first of all, again, not be stagnant, not be paralyzed by fear, not be so stressed out about it that it makes you incapable of acting. So that's the first kind of question to answer. And then when it comes to whether you should get a lawyer or not, well, I think you have to consider what's at risk, because a lot of times people think that because they can't afford a lawyer right away, they just have no option and they're just going to take whatever they deal with. Whatever's going to come at them, they're going to deal with it that way. Well, you're going to deal with it one way or another. So you can go that route, or you can perhaps consult a lawyer, retain a lawyer, and maybe your options will be different because there are other avenues that way. So people just have to really consider what's in their best interest. I kind of always go back to that. Is it in your best interest to not act, to not consult with a lawyer or other professional, whatever it is that you might need? Or is it in your best interest to really be kind of captivated by fear, by stress, by the worst that can happen, and it may or may not even end up happening?